If I can do it, if I can come to America and do it, you have no excuse for not making as much as me. Then when we are together, I can let you lead and I can trust that you will make right decisions.
You can let me lead and trust that I will make the right decisions based on how much money I make.
Based on...
You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us on our podcast, and we truly, truly appreciate it. Remember to become a part of the conversation. Leave your comments. Jump on over to YouTube. Check us out live. Hey, people, welcome to True Love Journey. We are your hosts, Eminem. I'm Mario.
And I'm May. Today's
topic, we're talking about financial threshold, or what is the, let me just read it, okay? And what is the minimum financial threshold you need to feel comfortable being with a guy, or the minimum comfortable income?
Not just a guy, though. For a woman, too.
I'll answer that on my end. But first of all, women are unrealistic about this number. You'll hear a bunch of people, 200K, 100K, 300K. That's not realistic because the median average, I'll start by saying, is between like 45 and 55, somewhere around there. And so I'll lead with you. What is your minimum comfortable income for your guy?
Do I require it?
You got points on your thing. I want to know what your points are. Do you require it?
Do I require a minimum? Yes, I do.
What's your minimum?
The minimum is that you make at least the same amount of me.
At least the same amount. Okay.
Of me. I am a foreigner. I came to the United States 17 years ago. I didn't know English. Not at all. I learned English by watching Disney Channel, kids show. And then I went to college.
For the listeners, I was going to ask, how does that relate to the amount of money that
I'm going to tell you?
Okay.
And I went to college and I had to work like double, triple hard as any other student, because the stuff that I was studying, I had to translate and then understand it and then translate it back and then learn it.
Got it.
So I worked my butt off to be where I am right now. If I can do it, if I can come to America and do it, you have no excuse for not making as much as me. Period.
Okay. That's a fair statement. So if they need to be making as much as you, what age is the age that they need to be making this amount of money for a man?
My age. So the guys that are around my age.
Okay.
For the guys that is around my age, around 40, they should be. Okay. I'm not 40 yet.
Okay.
But they should be making at least what I make.
Okay, or more.
Yes.
Okay, so anybody that doesn't make what you make at our age is disqualified from dating you.
To some degree.
What's the minimum? That's the minimum amount is what you make.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like not that, for me, it's not about the money though. It's about decision making.
We'll get into that.
Let me finish it.
Okay.
It's about decision making. If you made right decision before I met you, then when we are together, I can let you lead and I can trust that you will make right decisions.
You can let me lead and trust that I will make the right decisions.
Yes.
Based on how much money I make.
Based on where you are in your life right now.
Okay. So, but the thing is, okay, just a little bit about me, all right? I've been in the Navy for over 2 decades now. I'm about to retire. And I'm 41.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first 5 to 10 years that I was in the Navy, I took some college classes and I was learning a technical trade hands-on. Okay. I developed a set of skills, went to more schooling, developed more skills, and then I got out of active duty in the Navy, and then I've developed more skills at these other companies. Okay.
Yeah.
It took me 2 decades to get to the point where I'm making what I'm making right now. Okay. But at 20, I wasn't making this. At 25, at 30, right? It's incrementally went
What
up.
were you making at 30?
At 30, that was 10 years ago. What year was that? 2013. I had just started working in the oil and gas industry.
Right before that.
Before
Think
that,
of oil and gas again.
I wasn't making a lot.
What is not a lot?
Not a
Will
lot.
you
Was
make
$15 an hour. I was making $15 an hour,
mm-hmm.
and
salary.
Actually, what?
It's a salary.
No, actually, I made between 15 and 18 an hour. I can't remember. It wasn't a lot, and I think the number was around 45,000 or something before taxes. I think. So obviously after taxes, because I used to remember my checks were like $300 a week or something, man. I think it's like $300 a week.
Okay, but then
or
that
something.
But that time, it was, first of all, you weren't even 30 years old. You were making 45. You didn't have any kids. You didn't have any responsibility. That is really understandable.
Hold on. At 30, I did have kids. Remember, I met my first wife at 27, and I had the kids not very shortly after that.
Okay.
Okay, so I did have kids, and I was that like my checks wasn't that much, maybe $300 or $400 a week after I can remember after taxes, and I took care
mm-hmm.
of a whole family on that. Actually, it was, I think I didn't have Omar yet, but so the thing is,
mm-hmm.
okay, my point to saying all of that, giving you that history, was that it takes men a long time to get up to a significant amount of money that these women say that they want. And most women in today's world, since they are able to make a certain amount of money, since they're able to be independent, we hear this all the time,
mm-hmm.
it's very unlikely that these women will say anything different than you said. What does that mean? They will say, a man needs to be making as much money as me or more, okay?
That's not unrealistic, though.
Hold on. What's unrealistic is that the median and average is not what you make. I know what you make. The median is far lower
teacher salary
than what you make.
Not like what? I'm not a doctor to say,
yes,
like for example, that I made $200,000-$300,000 and I want a man to make as much as me. No, I'm living off of a teaching salary. Teacher salary is not that much.
Okay, I agree with you that at our age, a man should.
If I'm a foreigner that come to America without speaking English and I can be a teacher, then anybody can be a teacher.
I agree. But what I don't agree with is that in the cases where men are working hard, they're doing these jobs, that the fact that they're consistently, being able to provide just because they don't make $100,000 or $200,000, that disqualifies them from a lot of women's radar, which is why we have so many men that are opting not to date or get married. And that's why we have 1 in 3 that don't have sex or don't want to approach women or can approach women because they're automatically cut out of the woman's choice because they don't make enough.
Now,
most women say what you said.
I think it's always like, for me, I don't know. I want my man to be taller. I want my man to be smarter. And I want my man to be slightly making more money than me. Not for me, for himself. I don't want your money.
You do want it for you. You're going to benefit from that.
Not if we're not married.
You're still going to benefit from that.
But it's just that it will, like, the being taller and stuff, not. But
no, I'm talking
about the money stuff and smarter, it just makes it easier for the woman to be submissive.
I agree.
But
I still think she should be submissive whether the man makes more than her or the same as her or not. It's simply about respect. But it cannot
be significantly less.
Okay, which
it's just like the power shift.
That's what I agree with that. But this is why. Okay, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with an honest day's work. Guys, I see you. Listen, when these women don't see you, for sewage workers, garbage workers, I see you, man. Custodians, I see you, bruh. But most women don't see these guys.
But again, it says like it's about the working hard or not. Some people, like you can tell, they've been working really hard. They're just not making enough money. Some people are being lazy. I know this dude that he worked in a restaurant, but then every single day
Right.
he will call in. Oh, I fell asleep.
I remember you told me that.
Like I'm running late, and then
Okay.
he will come like
He's a
always
bum.
late. He was a bum. Like yes, like and then again versus that one, it was another dude that was working the same job, getting the same money, but he was there on time, working hard, like working his butt off. These two, there is a difference between these two.
But you wouldn't
The
date
first one
either-
is totally disqualified.
You wouldn't even date the second one, though, because he doesn't make enough money that meets your financial criteria that you mentioned. You see that silence, guys? Gotta.
But
That's how you use them.
no,
Most women behave this way. My point is not to, first of all, your preferences are your preferences. I don't shame you for having them. You should have them. We're going to teach our daughters to have preferences. But to have unrealistic preferences, which I'm not saying yours is, what I'm saying is most women have this idea that they don't even know what men do half the time. But they assume just because the guy's making X amount of dollars and it's not up to her standards that he's not worth having a relationship with. That's why a lot of them are single. And this is why I teach men to, work on yourself first and don't worry about a woman. Y'all hear these. One thing that rappers are right about is that women come with the money. Okay, so it behooves you to go get whatever you need to get to build up your skills. And listen, as a man that's done this, I know it takes time to build up those skills, but women don't understand the time it takes to build that. They expect you to be balling and making this, I don't know, some unrealistic
again,
number.
it comes up with a decision making.
All right, what else you got on your list?
No, I hit all of them.
You hit all of them? Okay.
It's about decision making. It takes times, yes, but it didn't I've been here for 17 years. Out of these 17 years, I've been a teacher for 10 years. 4 of those years I was in college.
Would you say?
So the decision that I made for my life was that I'm going to learn English. I didn't have the money to go to school and to learn English. No, I watched Disney Channel. I watch all of these kids show with subtitles so I can read and then listen to them so I can learn.
I'm going to shift gears. Would you say that I make good decisions?
Yes.
You would say I make good decisions?
Yes.
Okay. You know how much I make.
But I didn't know. I didn't know for a couple months.
Let me set this up.
Or maybe more.
Let me set this up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You think I make decisions. You know how much I make.
Yes.
If I was making $40,000 less, then according to you, I would be disqualified from dating you.
That is not true.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You said that they need to be making what you make or more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now my point is this: between the time that I got this job, there was a period of time where I was looking for this job, and I had the skills, but the opportunity wasn't there.
Yes.
The only offers that were coming in
Mm-hmm.
was slightly less than what you were making, some significantly less than what you were making. But it was in a good industry. It was with reputable companies. They just weren't paying that much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going by what you said, if a man doesn't make what you make or more, that would have disqualified me from dating you. Because
again, the one of the thing that we talked about what will make you not wanting to date a guy was if they don't have ambition.
Okay, but
you have ambition.
Okay, but my point,
you have goals, and you're a hard worker, and you make good decisions.
Well, thank you, baby. My point,
you're my boo.
My point is that there's a lot of men that meet that criteria. They just don't make the money, and they're disqualified from dating.
That's different.
It's not.
They're working hard. They're working toward a goal. They're trying.
What
but then again,
there's
some guys that they don't do anything.
No, it's not.
They're just satisfied with working getting a minimum wage.
For those guys, listen.
Like,
the
yes,
market is gonna treat them accordingly. They're not gonna get women. But my point is, there are a lot of women that meet the criteria like I do. You think I make good decisions, yet there are positions out there that won't pay me as much as I'm making now. And there's men out there that have skills that have been working on themselves. They just don't make the money because either the opportunities are not there or they haven't built up enough skill set to get the money yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that disqualifies them from a large majority of women now, because women are able to make their own money. They have more degrees. I think I need to look these numbers up. I think statistically there are more, I think in the African American community, more black women that get degrees than black guys. I think on average, more women get degrees than men. I gotta look that up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look that up for y'all. But my point is that those women begin to make more money, and then they get this thing where, like what you just said, well, if I can do it, you have no excuse why you can do it. But the market is very tough. But women have no understanding about that. All they know is, my man, I want him to be tall. I want him to be smarter than me. I want him to make more money than me. And sometimes all of that is not possible, but that doesn't mean that a man is not a good man because he doesn't meet this financial criteria. Now, I didn't answer the question about me. Y'all, I got her stumped again. Let me get on.
I know. I lost what I was going to say. I lost the train of my thought. So
I'm going to start giving you a notepad so you can write down as I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to over talk you. Yeah, but you got your Surface Pro. You can make notes while I'm talking.
That's an iPad, baby.
Whatever.
Finish her.
What are you playing over there? I can't hear it.
You should put your headphones on. You the one that want to put headphones. You want to put your headphones on?
No.
So you can hear? All right.
Thank
Flawless victory is what it said. Flawless victory. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My financial threshold for a woman.
Don't say you don't care, because you do care.
I do care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what the number would be. There's not really a number for me. What it is, though, is I want a woman to have something to do for herself, because I don't want her so dependent upon me that if I fail, everything fails. Okay. Now, I don't mind that pressure. I've been under pressure.
That's what I always tell the woman too. Don't be 100% dependent.
But so I want somebody that can. My thing is this. Let's just say if I'm holding down the fort, paying for everything, which I've done that pretty much my whole life. I've been blessed to make a decent amount of money enough to do that. But I still want a woman that sometimes says, hey, I'll take you out to dinner.
I was going to say, sorry.
Go ahead, because you remember now.
No, go ahead. I'm not going to forget.
Make your notes. Don't forget. All right. But I want a woman sometime that can step in and say, hey, I'll do X for you. Don't worry about the entertainment. I got it. You paying everything else. And if I had it set up my way, I would say, okay, let me pay for everything else, and then you take care of the entertainment, or you take care of the trips. You know, something along those lines. But I don't want a woman that scoffs every time at the I gotta pay. I don't want a woman like that. Right? So if I have a woman that's already doing her own thing, it ain't gonna be nothing to her to spend a meal on a dude she like, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. It's getting ridiculous. Y'all stop that. All y'all women don't even want to spend $1 on a meal for a man. All right, go ahead.
I like to have my own money because, like, I like giving people gifts, especially the one I love. And if I'm gonna buy my partner a gift, I don't want the gift to be from your money or from your bank account. I want the gift to come from my money, my bank account. That's my work that went to it. And then I bought you something.
Let's just say if we're married and we're living in a home together and we're doing budget together.
I'm still going to buy whatever from my money.
I don't much think that it matters, though. As long as, if I get you a gift in an account that we both put money in, does it really matter?
No, but if I'm not contributing at all and it's all your money, so then I'm not going to then I don't feel comfortable buying stuff that are too expensive. Okay. From your own money, and I'm not contributing at all. Okay,
I respect that. Respect that. Get y'all one like this, you know what I'm saying? Anyway,
but
so my threshold, I didn't.
The part that I forgot.
Okay, go.
The part that I forgot is that you asked that if I met you back then, you will be disqualified or not.
I didn't say back then. I was talking about now.
If you made less money.
If I made like $40,000 less, which mean I would be making less than you.
Ultimately, yes, I do want someone that makes at least as much as me. But with us, the connection that we had, the friendship, whatever that it was a friendship.
Yeah,
for me.
it was a friendship.
The friendship that we built during that 2 weeks, we didn't talk about money. I saw your pictures, and it was you had the helmet, the safety helmet, and the jacket on.
Yeah, I had a hard hat.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like that. Oh, labor worker. I mean, I did not know what you do until like a couple months in.
She said, "Oh, look at this labor worker here. He's
like,
kind of cute."
Like doing some kind of construction.
Look at this construction laborer worker.
And I don't know.
It was a hard.
It wasn't like that. You were in a suit or something.
Hold on. I work at Amazon facilities. I do automation and software. So inside the facilities during the work, there are construction teams there. I do automation. I work on computers.
Orange.
I work with computers. I do software. So like, I have to have this. Yeah, this is just company policy for safety. It's so funny. She thought I was a labor worker.
I mean, again, I didn't disqualify you because you weren't in a suit.
So the last question,
I know that you're not
who
the office person.
Regularly.
You know?
Yeah.
I still rock with you, love.
So I love that. I like the way you went and got us some, some wine. Okay,
Toast
so
to y'all for watching.
So it didn't disqualify you.
Okay. Do you think more women would be like that? Or do you think like more women is like, I'm setting a hard stop. They got to make this at least. What do you think in today's...
More people like me. Because again, it will find a good guy.
Really? You think that more women are like you? Okay.
The amount of good guys out there is low.
I agree with you.
So if a man is actually
so men know your worth. It's not that many of you out here. You know what I'm saying?
If a man
you
is
can charge
actually
more.
good, has a good intention, has a good heart, it doesn't really matter how much it makes.
I want to know. I want to know in the comments.
I'll still be with you if you go 100% broke.
I want to know in the yeah, but you already know me. We've already had a chance to build this up, and you know already my work ethic, and you already know. I did an episode actually on my podcast about how long would a woman rock with you if you fell off from grace. I got a whole episode on that.
I'll rock with you.
I know you would, but not many women would though, my love. Anyway, I want y'all in the comments to put how much. What is your minimum amount that your man needs to make? And for men too, what is the minimum amount? I guess I didn't even give you a number. The minimum amount that people need to make for you to consider them for a relationship or whatever.
So what's your number?
My number is enough to pay all their bills and make sure they're not in debt, a lot of debt, and to make sure that they're can do some things so that we can do some things like take trips and stuff. You know, I don't want nobody that's super tight. If a woman has a lot of
debt, they will be disqualified?
It depends on how much debt. You can't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a different person in that, like, I like tech stuff. I like gadgets. I like studio equipment. I'm a musician. I write music, so I'm into, like, recording equipment and keyboards and like cameras. I like photography and videography. I'm into that kind of stuff. So if I was going to spend my money somewhere, that's where I would spend it. I'm not really into cars or clothes. You dress me, really. I mean, otherwise I'd be wearing the same thing over and over. I mean, I dress myself too, but I'm not really into clothes like that or cars. So for a woman, if she has debt to where it is drowning her, I don't want to talk to that kind of woman for the reasons that you said, because she doesn't make good financial decisions. And if I'm thinking about her long term, that's going to be a problem going down. How long into a
relationship would you ask those questions though?
How long?
Yeah. After meeting the person.
If we on the first date, that's how you break. That's some things you break. So you
ask the person to say, okay, how much debt do you have?
No, of course. That's not. You ask these different questions. Oh, I noticed you got a nice car, right? I bet that thing cost you a ton of money. You can just say it like, it's ways you can have
but you
these
still
conversations.
Can't, like, what question would you ask to know if they have like credit card debts?
That ain't on the first date. The first date is basically just to ask like, well, what do you do? Oh, you're in whatever they tell you. You can go Google that crap up and see how much it pays.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, you don't have to really get the outright answer. Just ask what they do. You can even ask, oh, I heard, you can ask where they work or whatever. I mean, I would just ask what they do and just generally look up, okay, what does this profession pay? Okay. Then the next few dates, you know, I ain't going to say the next few dates, but you can start talking about your own self. Like you can say, man, when you're asking her about school, you can say, oh, what did you go to college? What did you go to college for? And get them talking. If you let people talk enough, they're going to tell on themselves. Okay, so when they start to talk about...
So, yeah, if you talk about your own credit card debt, then you ask and say, oh, do you have any?
I wouldn't ask you to have debt. I would say, if you went to college, oh, how many years did it take you to get your degree?
But college is different. That was
either way,
again,
still.
Yes, it's a student loan, but that was an investment for getting a job or something.
The answers to that question would tell me how they react to financial situations. For instance, if I said, man, that degree took you about 4 years, that's a long time. I bet that costs a lot of money. And they'll start telling you how much it was.
Yes. Okay. So
and then you.
But
can
I
ask,
still
did
think
you pay all
that
that
is
off?
different. But that's still different. Like having a student loan, having for example, $50,000 student loan is different than having $50,000 credit debt.
I agree.
Student loan is that you did something with your life, like you use that money to get education, to get a better job. You make good decision with that money. Credit card debt is that, okay, where did the money go? Where is the money?
My thing is, also, I mean, as another
I don't take
follow up to answer your question,
like a student,
not student loan. So, but I mean,
that doesn't matter at all.
It matters to me, but it ain't so much that. It's more like, for instance, if I find out, I was like, oh, you drive a nice car, and I find out, she paying $900 for that junk, and she got $100,000 worth of credit, whether it's a student loan or not. That tells me her financial priorities are in the wrong place.
That is right.
And 9 times out of 10, if she's driving that car, it's because she want to look a certain way, or she might just like it. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
But then she's also want to maintain that look.
That's right. And you're gonna have to clean up her mess. Yeah. I wouldn't tell my sons to clean that crap up, so I'm not gonna want to sign up for that. I wouldn't encourage my sons to get with women that have made bad decisions, whether it's with their body count or with their finances. I don't do it. If they come and ask me, or if I see it, I'm gonna say something about it.
Okay.
Would you
be okay with a woman that doesn't work at all?
I used to think that, because I've been raised traditionally, I used to think that was okay. And I don't mind doing that if she was holding down everything in the house. But after having done that, I would say that I want her to have some type of thing going for herself. Something. If nothing else but to occupy her mind. So she not always hassling me or up under me. Now, make no mistake, I like my woman up under me. But if I have work to do and I say, hey, baby, I'm not available right now, I want her to have something to go to. I want her to have a network of friends, female friends, that she can go out with at times, right? Because I love going out with you. But I also like, you do need that external set of outside connection, I think. And that's healthy.
We all need to just talk, decompress. It can't be always to your partner. You need other people. Yeah. And then just for me, when I go to work, I have my coworkers to do that with,
Right.
I still tell you what happens in the classroom or whatever. But again, majority of it goes to my coworker, Then I don't have to always be bugging you.
I mean, no. We like doing stuff together though. But yeah, also I want her to have something for herself.
So what is the minimum amount?
Man, I said at my age, around my age, I would probably say about $50K is okay for me. Because her money, I'm not using her money for anything. I did not
expect that.
Hold on, not that I'm not using her money for anything. I'm sorry.
I didn't expect that though. I said $50K for, again, my teachers, when I said teacher salary, I have 10 years of experience, so my salary is not base salary. So right. I'm talking about base salary for teachers, which is around $50K. 50, 60. I accept that from a guy, but then he's supposed to be the leader.
His financial
But
amount
then
that he
you're
makes
saying the
doesn't
same thing
determine
for a
whether he's a
woman?
leader or not.
You're saying the same
Hold on.
amount for the
Let
woman?
me stop you there. The amount of money that a man makes does not determine whether he's capable of being a good leader or not.
I agree.
It could be
But
part
still.
of the thing, but it doesn't completely determine that.
But being traditional, the man is the provider.
This is 2023.
Ooh.
We went to the gas station and the grocery store. I ain't gonna even say the gas station. Let's say the grocery store. The
So
other
in
day.
2023, we don't need to be traditional?
Hold on. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that people want traditional things.
No. Press the part that say this is the time that he wants it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He
This is
fucked up.
2023.
So
We don't need to be traditional.
I didn't say that. Thank you for checking out this episode of the True Love Journey podcast. There's going to be a part 2 coming. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you being here. One last thing we wanted to add for our listeners here. We run out of space on our memory cards often, and we need another camera to get you different angles and to bring you more content. We record a lot of content, so our cards fill up fast. So if you wouldn't mind, you can make a donation on Cash App to us. We would appreciate any donations, and just for you listening and watching over on YouTube, if you want to donate, you can do that at True Love Journey, all one word, on Cash App. We appreciate you. We love you. This is just a special bonus for our listeners. Again, we apologize. The video just cut off in this one because we ran out of space. And this is how you can help us bring you more content. Thank you for joining us. I want to take a moment to say thank you for listening and to jump on over to YouTube to leave a comment there and see this podcast live in action. Also, I want to encourage you to become a part of the conversation and just leave a comment over on YouTube with your thoughts. And you can donate to the show via Cash App